I spend a lot of time complaining about the way the world works. I have one particular friend who is sick and tired of it. He keeps telling me to either shut up or do something about it. So, here we are. To that end, the reason this channel exists is to explain why I think things. That's important because it seems to me that a big problem with how the world works is that we're not agreeing on what's true. That's not just things like, is the Earth flat? Is evolution a thing? Is climate change happening and is it man-made? Or other things that people seem to think are up for debate. What I'm more worried about are the things that people don't realise really are up for debate. They are the fundamental potential truths of what is good and what is bad, of what we should want and what we should not want. This is important because when it comes to something like voting for a political party, it's no good just shouting at somebody about a policy not working if you actually disagree in the first place about what working looks like. I expect there'll be all sorts of topics which I'll be covering in this channel. I will be varying degrees of equipped to deal with those topics. But the conclusions won't matter nearly as much as the process, as the journey that we go on to arrive at those conclusions. That's a journey we're going to have to take together. And that means I will need viewers who are going to be willing to either push back or push on, who are going to be able to tell me, no, you're wrong because of this, or you're right, and that also means this. While we're here, it would be very nice if my viewers would be kind enough to tell me what kind of topics I should be covering. Because I can tell you right now, I am definitely going to run out of material very quickly. I'm not a creative person. I sincerely do want people to see this as a collaborative effort where we all come out of the other end with a better understanding of the world we live in and the world we could live in. And with that in mind, I want to set a few ground rules. So, first, no laughing at people. Laughing at people is what you do when you don't have an argument. This channel exists to make sure that we all understand why you think that a particular argument is hilarious. If you do. If you can't put it in any way other than laughter, then there's a possibility that actually it's not hilarious in the first place. Maybe you need to re-examine your argument. It's the old Feynman principle of if you can't explain it to somebody that's new to the subject, then maybe you don't understand it in the first place. Second, logical fallacies do not necessarily invalidate an argument. So just because a potential logical fallacy exists does not mean that an argument is automatically invalid. For instance, a straw man may be an indication that an argument has gone awry, but equally, it may just be an indication that somebody isn't great at arguing. And so, as the better person, it's your job to demonstrate why that straw man has invalidated the argument, and not just declare a straw man and thus an invalid argument. Third, you have to let people pick their own hills. There are over 7,000 million people in the world. There are just as many causes to back. Not every cause needs everybody backing it, and not everybody needs to back every cause. So what I don't want to hear is a, why are we talking about saving the rhinos when there's children starving in Africa? Because those are two separate problems that need very different solutions, potentially. The severity of one does not invalidate the severity of the other. There are some situations where it may be that fixing one problem is an important first step in fixing the other, in which case, complain away. And there's probably more rules that I need to come up with, but there's an important rule that I need to stick to myself, which is that I need to get content out, and so I'm going to stop here and get on with making some of the videos this channel's here for. And I suppose that's where I'll see you.